Hi everyone, welcome back to Jenny's Creation. Today's tutorial was inspired. Everyone is doing the watermelon tumblers right now. I seen this saying and I knew I had to use it. So I hope you enjoy. If you do, please subscribe to my page and please give me a thumbs up. Thanks. Alright, here I'm using Final Sand. I will be using a 30-ounce skinny straight from Maker Flow. I will put the description down below. This is the same way I do all my tumblers. Very easy. Just really need to scrub it because you really need a good sand. And I've started actually adding a little bit more than what I used to. It goes a long way. But I sand this down real good, give it a good rinse, and dry it off, and we're ready for spray paint. Alright, I'm not sure. I must have accidentally wasn't recording, but I didn't get putting the vinyl on and how I do my lines. But anyway, I kind of just measured out where I wanted my green to be and my pink. I went ahead and laid my vinyl in the center of this tumbler, and that would kind of help me guide from there. I use masking tape, mask off what I don't want. I'll put some Mod Podge and some green paint. I usually don't use this method, but I decided to this time. Put that on and sprinkle your glitter on. I went ahead and removed, you don't have to with Mod Podge, you don't have to remove that painter's tape right away, but I went ahead and did that so I could just let it start drying. But I repeated this process on both ends. Like I said, I would probably paint it, let it dry, and use the epoxy method, definitely, because it's chunkier glitter and it sticks a lot better to epoxy than it does the Mod Podge. But I did chunky first, and then I went in with a fine glitter to try to fill in the gaps from the chunkiness. Alright, so here I'm going to start painting in my pink section for my glitter. I did seal the green glitter with triple thick, or either you can do a spray, clear spray gloss to seal that glitter in really good. This is just some chalk paint. Depending on how good of a coverage, you may have to do 2 coats. I think I only had to do 1. I let this dry usually for about a couple of hours. If I'm going to do a second coat, use about an hour. If not, I'll wait about 2 hours before I apply epoxy and the rest of my glitter. Alright, so that has set for a couple hours or so. I mixed up some epoxy. I'm using the quick coat, so my dry time probably about 4 hours, and I can start sealing my glitter. Don't go too thick. You don't want your glitter to move, so you just put a thin layer of epoxy all over it, and that's what we're going to adhere our glitter to. Alright, here we will begin our glittering process. I'm doing like a holographic white. It has a hint of pink in it, and since the background is pink, the pink will shine through, because I wanted a really light pink because I want it to look like a watermelon, go from light to darker. So now I'm taking a little bit darker pink and ombreing up to the light, maybe even a little over it for it to blend pretty good together. Alright, I am ready for my first coat of epoxy. I'm using Alumilite's Quick Coat. Probably cut close to 30 mLs to 40 mLs because glitter just takes a lot to cover, but probably did 30, and then once about 2 to 3 hours I'll go in with a second coat of another 30 mLs. This dries pretty quick, about 4 hours usually, depending on the room temperature. But if you notice, I always start with my vinyl first, just in case. I did seal my glitter with the clear gloss spray paint, but sometimes you still have a few stray, so I always start with my vinyl first and try to work my way into my glitter. I don't think I have it video, but I do take a torch and pop the bubbles. You don't want to do too much, but I'll continue this with at least 2 coats and be ready for decaling. Alright, those 2 coats have dried. I've took it outside and I have sanded it with like a 220 grit sanding block. Make sure that top rim has a little bit of stainless steel exposed. Here I'm just cleaning off the rim in case there was any spray paint or epoxy kind of clumped up on the edges. And I will take some acetone and some cotton balls and rub around in there and get any of the paint that went into the cup. I like to use my acetone before my final coat because it will take the shine off of the epoxy. So really big to try to get it as clean as possible before your final coat of epoxy. Alright, so I have sanded and washed my cup. Now it is completely smooth and ready for decals. I cut these on Cricut Design Space. I just took a square and the green stripes are 0.20 by 11.5 and the holographic pink is 11.5.10 if I'm not mistaken. But I just do that on my Cricut and I just try to go all the way around. I want green. I'm going to make 2 on top and 2 on bottom, and then I'm going to put the pink on top of that. Just kind of dress up those lines that maybe wasn't as crisp as they need to be. I knew I would be doing this step, so I wasn't really that worried about how crisp the line was. After I get done with this, I will layer my vinyl. I love this saying. I don't know who to give credit to where I seen the cup with this saying on it, but I just knew I had to make it as soon as I seen it. But this was really fun to make, but I think if I would have it to do over with, the saying in the pink would have been a little bit different color. The holographic in the pictures was really hard to capture, a little hard to read for me, but it was sold and it was beautiful, so they loved it, so I went with it. But next time I think I would change that pink on the saying just a little bit more so you could actually see it a little bit better. I'm going to complete this going around, and then I'm going to layer my vinyl, and we will be ready to seal our vinyl. This is Illuminlight's Ultra UV Clear Cast. I did seal my vinyl with some triple thick, that way the epoxy would not go up under. Usually that sit for a few hours or overnight. 1 to 2 coats of epoxy, just depending on how well it covers this vinyl. This was a very fun cup. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you do, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my page, and I will list all the things I used and all my social medias in the description box. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed.